Talking about the Vision 2020, the SME growth development plays a huge role. Is what the federal government, is relying on to take us there, becoming an industrialized nation, becoming a country that's will be counted among one of the top 20 come 2020, which is just less than 8 years away. How do you feel when you hear things like that?
Good. It is actually the SME that can actually take us to that promised land. The government has to do more in terms of supporting the SME. I think leaving the SME alone with the banks is not good enough. I think the government or the central bank should come up with a scheme where they actually partner with the SME rather than loan the SME. Partner with the SME, manage with
directly,
the SMEs.
but they will still. You don't want the CBN to go through the banks anymore. Remember the CBN
No. Even through the banks, they can get the banks to partner with you. The bank, for instance, can give you money and appoint somebody on your board, or even appoint an executive that will represent the bank on the board of your company. So you are both managing the business. And then you develop the business together. As soon as the bank takes its money, then their man on the board can withdraw.
But we have over how many SMEs? Do you have would that work? How many banks we have? Less than about 21.
No. You start small.
Okay.
How many SMEs did you say you have? You mentioned about 17 or what?
17 million of them. That's
17 million of them. Okay. No, you can even start small. When you start small, the banks, for instance, can have a department that is meant for entrepreneurs, strictly entrepreneurs. And what they need to do is to get people. They can train people to assist the SME to run a business profitably. You see, the SME will benefit from their skill, from their management skill, apart from the fund that is coming from them. You see, giving money to the SME and asking the SME to go and look for collateral, that is all means, if I have that collateral, I don't need finance. I don't need the bank's money, if you see what I mean. It is because I don't have that kind of money, that is why I've approached the bank. The bank now saying, okay, go and bring your property, a property that is what, if I had that property, I might as well go and sell that property and put the money in the business because I believe so much in the business. You see, I don't have a property that is worth 1 billion, for instance.
So this is what you think, an idea you think the CBN or
I think what the federal government with the CBN and the bank should do to assist the SME is to actually partner with the SME. Don't leave the SME alone. They can even destroy your money. Don't leave the SME alone. Partner with the SME in managing the business. Somebody that is asking for 2-3 billion, for instance, is enough for you to be part of that management. So it becomes a partnership rather than just lending. Lending, that is, and then
of course, there's the interest. There's the interest
Look at the interest.
Of course, to be considered.
In this environment, how many years do you think a business of a capital of 1.2 billion would need to start making money? With the problem of power, with the problem of people, with the problem of even government officials' harassment. That alone is incredible. The police will harass you, local government officials will harass you, tax force will harass you. There are so many tax forces all over the place harassing you just to extort you.
What about the public, the private sector rather? We know the federal government have been doing their own on one hand. What about the private sector involvement? I do know there's some foundations, apart from the private sector, non-governmental organizations have been doing something. Has there been any inputs on their side?
No.
That you have been a beneficiary of?
No.
What do you think they can do? Because you do know that it's the private sector that will drive growth. The federal government can't do everything.
Private sector with the support of the federal government.
Yes,
not the federal government just on its own.
Federal government supports by way of policies to create a good enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
By partnering with the SMEs, not just by giving money to the SMEs. Partner with them, assist them even in the management of the business. Not just giving them money and say go and manage it. No.
So when you look at other businesses, especially the ones, well, like you say, you still categorize yourself, with them that when I say this, they still stay afloat, year in, year out. You say you're one of them, but where do you draw strength from? What keeps you, when you wake up in the morning, what keeps you from day to day?
The belief that one day things will change, and things will change for the better. The belief that one day Nigeria will, particularly the level of corruption in this country, if you can solve that problem, I think things will get better.